I mean, my wife, I go for her. The trouble is she don't go for me. When my wife makes love to me, there's always a reason for it. One night she used me to time an egg.
The funniest jokes in television history happened on The Tonight Show when Johnny Carson and his guests delivered comedy gold.
Now, the other day I took a laxative, started to work in a bank. And banks have no men's rooms, Only for the employees. If you work, they can use the men's room. I had to go so bad I applied for a job.
These are the most funny jokes on Johnny Carson. Buddy Hackett, a guy goes to the doctor.
A guy goes to the doctor, and he says, "Hey, I've been talking this way all my life. I want to talk like a regular person." The doctor said, "I have your file here, and having examined you, the only difference between you and other people is that you have been more endowed than most people in the sense that in some place where you should have 2, you have 4. In other words, you can get a free pass to first base, is what the doctor said. So now the guy says, "Mom, I really want to talk regular." The doctor said, "We can perform an operation and reduce you to normalcy, and perhaps that will affect your voice." So the guy says, "Okay." So after the operation, a few weeks pass, and the patient comes back. He says, "Doc, I'm talking normally, but things are not exactly the way they were, and I prefer to have things put back the way they were." And the doctor said, "That's impossible. Those are things destroyed."
Buddy's spot on impressions and delivery is what made this joke one of the funniest in Tonight Show history. Rodney Dangerfield, the bad drinker.
The night in Vegas, I got loaded, Johnny. I shot dice. I lost $1,000. Oh. I got even though I stole 400 sweet and lows, Now, I'm a bad drinker, Johnny. I mean, when I drink, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
The next day, I usually wake up in some strange place with a kid with an accent playing with my feet.
The absurdity of the line coming out of nowhere was the recipe to completely making Carson and the Tonight Show audience lose it.
I finally solved my drinking problem. I joined Alcoholics Anonymous. Yeah, I still drink. I use a different name, that's all.
Buddy Hackett, the Farking ticket joke.
I said, "How do you feel?" He said, "I feel bad today." I said, "Why?" "Well, Filipino feel bad when have a bad day because I fogged the car by the fire flog." "What?" I said, "I fogged the car by the fire flog and the policeman give me a Farking ticket." "What?" He said, "Well, if you're going to fog the car by the fire flog, I have to write for you the Farking ticket."
Hackett tells the joke perfectly and doesn't care that he wasn't supposed to swear on live television, which made it all the more funny. Tim Conway jokes about his family.
Your wife is a ranked, as they say, bridge player, is she not?
I have no word on that. Is she?
No.
Yes, she is.
She's
Yeah.
I mean, she's a.
Well, I don't talk to her that much, I mean,
Well, I know you
I
talk
didn't
to her
talk to you about the
occasionally.
show, so yeah. And she travels around the world, as a matter of fact, playing bridge. Yeah, which is real nice for me. So it's a lonely town when they're out of town. Well, you know.
I know, but you have a large family. 6.
Is it that many?
6.
Yeah, I guess it's 6. I don't.
6.
Well, they're not brought to me till they're 10. So.
Tim's deadpan face telling every joke was the cherry on top for Johnny. Unable to speak, he was laughing so hard. Rodney Dangerfield has a lot of problems.
Hey, well, girls, I'm never lucky. Johnny never, you know that.
Yeah, I
Because I
know.
went out and bought an inflatable girl. I got her pregnant. Yeah, I'm not a sexy guy. I know I'm not sexy. You kidding? Well, this morning when I put on my underwear, I could hear the Fruit of the Loom guys giggling.
Always been that way, huh?
Never get girls, never
Yeah.
get girls. Had a blind date last week, didn't work out either,
No?
I mean, I've seen fat girls. This girl was ridiculous.
Fat, huh?
She was so fat, when she went jogging, she left a trail of potholes. I mean, she was...
Rodney turns his dating problems into a nonstop joke machine, turning everyday misery into rapid-fire punchlines. Betty White, the fact checker.
Now, I did do some jokes about you and Alan Ludden. That's true.
We loved it.
Did you really?
Oh, we loved it. We were giving a wife-swapping party and nobody would come.
I did.
I loved
Betty flips the segment by calmly fact-checking Johnny's jokes about her making the punchline how she remembers every jab.
That's right. But you never hit on me.
What?
Once you hit on me.
Did I hit on you?
You hit on me once.
I'd always thought about hitting on you.
Yeah, but you...
As long as we got it out in the open now, I mean, let's get it out.
Yeah, you hit on me, but you didn't really mean it. It was kind of between Joan's or Joanne's or Joan,
Yes.
one of those, and...
Carson told friends, Betty turned my running gags into a playful roast while staying sweet the whole time. Bob Uecker, the worst baseball player.
I think, everybody talks about moving the team. In the case of Washington, I think they should leave the team there and move Washington.
Might have a point. I never looked at it that way, but...
Uecker's self-deprecating, I'm the worst baseball stories are delivered with total confidence, making every line sound casual.
I remember when I talked about catching the knuckleball,
Right.
The easiest way to catch it was to wait until it stopped rolling and just pick it up.
I see, and there it is on the ground. You're looking around for the ball there in that middle picture.
Then the umpire finally picked it up and gave it to me, and I made my stroke.
Johnny said, Uecker makes failure sound like a badge of honor, then tags it perfectly. Johnny Carson, the toilet paper crisis.
Of toilet paper in the good old United States. We got to quit writing on it. But I want to tell you, it is serious. I just saw a commercial where... I know it's coming. Where Mrs. Olson comes in with a shopping bag, and the housewife says, forget the coffee, just give me the shopping bag. I want to tell you...
Johnny treats the ridiculous December 19th, 1973 toilet paper shortage like a serious national situation leaning into absurdity. Carson's tone stays calm and newsy while the premise gets sillier. Don Rickles, the cigarette box breaker.
Not your land, you crazy cunt. You're not going to have the land. You stupid man, you're not going to have the land. It's no good. This is now your land. You take... Carson's cigarette box. Oh, I broke his box. I broke Carson's cigarette box. Johnny's cigarette box. Wait a minute.
Rickles accidentally breaks Johnny's prized cigarette box in 1976, turning it into a long-running revenge saga.
Uh-oh. Don Rickles.
I did not see the show
Don
last
Rickles did it last night.
I just started the show. I picked my box up off my desk that I've had for 9 years. My box is broken. They told me you broke it on the show last night. Well, I really... You big dummy.
The bit feels half real, half performed, like Johnny is genuinely annoyed, but too good not to turn it into comedy. Carnac, the forgetful psychic.
Number one.
May we have absolute silence, please, as I try to divine the answer.
Many
to this.
times, that's what Carnac gets. Got anything? Wait a minute. Just a moment. Just a moment. Perhaps I can help Conway. Excuse me.
Just 1 second, yes.
He doesn't have the end.
The ritual is the joke with turban envelopes and dramatic pause. Then Johnny starts losing his place.
The answer to this question is born in the USA.
Born in the USA.
That's right. Question is, what song has a California lottery winner never sung?
The entire Mystic Act collapses in real time, with the segment becoming about trying and failing to stay in control.
Describe the sound made by someone choking to death on alphabet soup.
Carson's forgotten lines make the mystic persona crumble completely. The audience laughs harder at the failure than they would at perfect execution. Art Fern, the mustache disaster.
Are you sick of living in a small city apartment? Is the only green in your life on that 5-year-old package of Velveeta in the fridge? Are the only open spaces you see between your wife's teeth? Did you force your son to come out of the closet simply because you needed an extra room?
The entire gag is built on a tiny visual disaster that instantly destroys Art Fern's smooth announcer act.
At our home site, friends, there are lots of fun outdoor activities such as quicksand jogging. And friends,
Johnny leans into the malfunction, and the sketch keeps going like nothing's wrong, even though everything is wrong. The mustache falling off becomes the whole bit. Carson stays in character, making it funnier. Art Fern's credibility evaporates instantly. Johnny refuses to acknowledge the obvious problem. The sketch continues with the disaster visible. Carson's commitment sells the absurdity. The visual gag dominates everything else. Johnny Carson, the audience upstager.
I read today that George Bush is sending out 90,000 Christmas cards this year. Now, the big question is, will Dan Quayle finish licking those envelopes in time for the holidays?
The December 14th, 1988 moment is funny because the audience member gets more laughs than Johnny making the reaction become the headline.
Reagan's have... I'm dying, the guy in the audience is scoring big. No, they had lucky, they sent him out to the ranch in Santa Barbara, and then they got Rex. Right. They're going to have the dog is called Millie. Millie, yes, Millie.
Johnny has to acknowledge he just got upstaged. He leans into it instead of fighting it. The crowd's momentum carries the bit. Carson turns his own defeat into comedy. The audience member becomes the accidental star. Johnny's graciousness makes it funnier. The upstaging moment becomes legendary. Carson proves he can laugh at himself. Dom DeLuise, the egg catastrophe.
Okay, just a moment. Are you crazy?
Dom commits 100% to a simple egg trick on September 26, 1974. Then everything goes sideways, and he keeps improvising like the chaos is part of the act. It kills because Carson's reactions turn into the straight man soundtrack while Dom doubles down harder and harder. The egg trick fails spectacularly immediately. Dom refuses to give up, doubling down. Johnny watches the disaster unfold, laughing. The improvisation becomes better than the original trick. Carson can barely contain himself. Dom treats the chaos as success. The mess gets worse with each attempt. Johnny's reactions fuel Dom's commitment. The September 1974 appearance became legendary. Carson told his staff Dom was fearless. The egg catastrophe proved failure could be funnier than success. Dom's refusal to quit made it perfect. Johnny appreciated the total commitment. The straight man role suited Carson perfectly. Dom used every failure as new material. Carson's laughter encouraged more chaos. The bit went longer than planned. Johnny told friends this was classic Dom. The egg trick became a Tonight Show highlight. Carson knew the disaster was comedy gold. Johnny Carson, the Reagan press conference.
Well, now, the environment is on their minds, and I'm sure they'll ask me about my Secretary of the Interior.
What?
I said I'm sure they'll ask me about my Secretary of the Interior.
What?
Jim, I just told you I think they'll ask about my Secretary of the Interior.
James what? You're scheduled to go swimming with him tomorrow morning at the Y.
Where?
Y.
Why?
That's right. With what?
The gag is Johnny doing press conference seriousness as Ronald Reagan while getting trapped in the classic wordplay maze. It's funny because he plays it totally straight, making every loop back into confusion feel like a fresh punchline. Carson's Reagan impression adds political satire to the classic routine. Johnny maintains the presidential tone throughout the chaos. The wordplay confusion escalates with each question. Carson never breaks character, making it funnier. The audience screams at every confused loop. Johnny proves classic comedy works in any context. The political twist made the old routine feel brand new. Joan Rivers, the rapid-fire machine.
It's very hard for me to believe sometimes, on the time frame, to think that it was 21 years ago when you first came out and sat down.
Do you think you're any older?
I don't feel any older. I feel great.
Yeah, you know when I feel older? I went to buy sexy underwear, and they automatically gift-wrapped it.
Oh.
And they go,
Obviously for your aunt or something, sure.
Joan runs a tight string of punchlines, pivoting from one target to the next without letting the room breathe, making it memorable because Johnny isn't guiding the segment. He's mostly laughing and trying to keep up with her pace.
And when you buy a bikini,
Bad?
or when the body is falling and you're wearing a bikini, you go wading and the top gets wet first, you go,
Gravity just starts to go, doesn't it? Yeah.
That's why I wanted to write the book, where I could still remember.
You got 60s hairdo, huh?
Nothing moves. It's like, it's sprayed.
Is that all?
No, there's a piece in there that I wore.
Yeah.
I saved it all because, it was such a big night for me.
Yeah.
I'm wearing the same underwear, which everyone backstage remembers.
The rapid-fire delivery overwhelms everyone. Carson barely gets words in. Joan controls the entire rhythm. Johnny surrenders to her momentum. The pivots happen lightning fast. Carson's laughter fuels her speed. Joan never gives the room breathing space. Johnny tries interjecting but can't. The pace becomes the joke itself. Carson told his staff Joan was unstoppable. The tight string of punchlines never breaks. Johnny appreciates the comedy stamina. Joan proves women can dominate late night. Carson's visible struggle to keep up adds humor. The segment feels like a comedy hurricane. Johnny told friends Joan was relentless. The quick pivots prevent any lull. Carson knew when to surrender. Joan's pace revolutionized stand-up on TV. Johnny's reactions showed genuine amazement. The segment became a blueprint for female comics. Carson recognized Joan's unique talent immediately. The rapid-fire approach worked perfectly. Johnny told his producers to book Joan constantly. The pace proved comedy didn't need pauses. Carson's endorsement launched Joan's career. The tight control showed professional mastery. Johnny knew this was special television. Joan made it look effortless. Carson told friends this changed comedy. The vast majority of the jokes on this list became legendary moments referenced years later on The Tonight Show. Comedians and stand-up performers today said these jokes were an inspiration and iconic material for the time. If you love these hilarious Tonight Show moments, hit the subscribe button and watch part 1 to this video on screen if you haven't already.